legislation, Jesse, to make certain Mexican drug cartels foreign terrorist organizations under U.S. law and set the stage to use military force if necessary to protect America from being poisoned by things coming out of Mexico. They're at war with you. You need to be at war with them. I can't think of a better use of our military than to blow up labs in Mexico.
They think we're stupid. Senator Lindsey Graham doesn't give a rat's ass about drug cartels. They only care about Mexico joining BRICS.
If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. Hebrews 10:25, not forsaking the assembling of ourselves together as the manner of some is, but exhorting one another, and so much the more as you see the day approaching. The day of the Most High is approaching. You are witnessing prophecy in real time. The battle lines are being drawn. In my last few videos, I went over the misconceptions of the two witnesses, the rapture, and other prophetic events. I have been stressing the timeline because if you misinterpret the timeline, you run the risk of not being prepared. The anchor and the first shoe to drop is Israel going into slavery, then Israel's redemption. But Israel cannot be redeemed without war. That has to come first. Revelation 18:21. And a mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone and cast it into the sea, saying, Thus with violence shall the great city Babylon be thrown down, and shall be found no more at all. Jeremiah 51:61. And Jeremiah said to Sariah, When you come to Babylon and shalt see, and shalt read all these words, then thou shalt say, The Most High has spoken against this place to cut it off, that no one shall remain in it, neither man nor beast, but it shall be desolate forever. And it shall be, when thou hast made an end of reading this book, thou shalt bind a stone to it, and cast it in the midst of Euphrates. And thou shalt say, Thus shall Babylon sink, and shall not rise from the evil I will bring upon her, and she shall be weary. Thus far are the words of Jeremiah. So Revelation and Jeremiah are saying the same thing. The daughter of Babylon must be brought down through violence. If you read Jeremiah 50 and 51, you will get a better understanding of Revelation. If you follow the news and you get past the front pages and study some of the background events, you will see that we are getting very close to a war. Many countries are deciding not to use the petrodollar to buy oil. Some may not understand what this means, but to explain it simply, if countries stop using the petrodollar, it will cause the dollar to lose value, which will raise the price of everyday items.
Vladimir Putin and Xi Jinping got limited media attention. Describing their talks, Putin said, "We are in favor of using the Chinese yuan for settlements between Russia and the countries of Asia, Africa, and Latin America." So, the world's second largest economy and its largest energy exporter are together actively trying to dent the dollar's dominance as the anchor of the international financial system. Will they succeed?
This is an act of rebellion. These other countries are rising up against the horror of Babylon, talked about in Revelation, which is also the final kingdom seen by Daniel. Revelation 17:16, and the 10 horns which thou sawest on the beast shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. And this is what you are seeing. Many countries are now rebelling against Babylon. To get the backstory and to really understand what's going on, we have to go to Daniel. Daniel has a dream similar to Nebuchadnezzar's dream about 4 beasts. So let's read Daniel chapter 7 verse 1. In the first year of Belteshazzar, king of Babylon, Daniel had a dream and visions upon his bed. Then he wrote the dream and told the sum of the matters. Daniel spake and said, I saw in my vision by night, and behold, 4 winds of the heaven strove upon the great sea, and 4 beasts came up from the sea, diverse one from another. The first was like a lion, and had eagle's wings. I beheld until the wings were plucked, and it was lifted up from the earth, and made stand upon the feet as a man, and a man's heart was given to it. And behold, another beast, second like to a bear, and it raised itself on one side, and had 3 ribs in the mouth of it between the teeth of it. And they said thus unto it, Arise and devour much flesh. After this I beheld, and lo, another like a leopard, which had upon the back of it 4 wings of a fowl. The beast had also 4 heads, and dominion was given to it. And I saw in the night visions, and behold, a 4th beast, dreadful and terrible, strong exceedingly, and it had great iron teeth. It devoured and brake in pieces, and stamped the residue with the feet of it. It was diverse from all beasts that were before it, and it had 10 horns. I beheld till the thrones were cast down, and the Ancient of Days did sit, whose garment was white as snow, and as the hair of his head like pure wool. His throne was like a fiery flame, and his wheel as a burning fire. I know some would like to stop here and surmise and interpret who or what these beasts represent, but we don't have to guess, we can just keep reading. Daniel 7:17. These great beasts, which are 4 kings which shall arise out of the earth. So we see these beasts represent 4 kings or 4 kingdoms. The first king was Nebuchadnezzar and his sons, representing Babylon, the lion with eagle's wings. The second kingdom was the bear, the Persian Mede Empire. The 3 ribs between the teeth are Artaxerxes, Darius, and Cyrus, all kings of Persia. The third was the leopard, Alexander the Greek. To understand the third beast, you have to read the book of Maccabees in the 1611 King James Version. 1 Maccabees 1:1. And it happened after that Alexander, the son of Philip the Macedonian, who came out of the land of Chittim, had smitten Darius, king of the Persian and Medes, that he reigned in his stead, the first over Greece. So the Greek kingdom, or the third beast, replaces the second. Verse 2, and made many wars, and won many strongholds, and slew the kings of the earth. We jump down to verse 41. Moreover, King Antiochus wrote to the whole kingdom that all should be one people, and everyone should leave his laws. I know it sounds good when you hear all should be one people, but that's because you have been taught rebellion against the Most High. The Most High wants separation. You also have been taught that the Most High's laws are done away with. But that is also teachings of Alexander the Greek that started from then till now. So now let's read Matthew 25:31. When the Son of Man shall come in his glory, and all the holy angels with him, then shall he sit upon the throne of his glory. And before him shall be gathered all nations, and he shall separate them one from another, as a shepherd divides the sheep from the goats. When Christ or Yeshua sits on his thrones, he will separate all bloodlines. It's what the Most High intended from the beginning. The children of Ammon lived in their country. The children of Israel lived in their country. And that's the way it will be. It doesn't matter what we like or don't like. You must do your best to rebel against your education and align yourself with the Most High. It will save you a lot of heartache. Now the 4th beast was different than all the others. No animal was used to describe it. So Daniel asked for more details. So the angel expounds for him in Daniel chapter 7 verse 23. Thus he said, the 4th beast shall be the 4th kingdom on the earth, which shall be diverse from all kingdoms, and shall devour the whole earth, and tread it down, and break it in pieces. And the 10 horns out of the kingdom are 10 kings that shall arise, and another shall rise after them, and he shall be diverse from the first, and he shall subdue 3 kings. When it says break the earth in pieces, means to divide the world into countries. It would be difficult to name all the countries in the world today, but the important fact to know, this is a kingdom that will have the whole world under subjection. Some think it's a church, but control can only be maintained through military power. So to understand the 4th beast, we must compare Daniel with Revelation. So Daniel chapter 7 verse 3. And 4 great beasts came up from the sea, diverse one from another. And the 10 horns out of this kingdom are 10 kings that shall arise. And another shall arise after them, and he shall be diverse from the first, and shall subdue 3 kings. Revelation 13 verse 1. And I stood upon the sand of the sea, and I saw a beast rise out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and upon his horns 10 crowns. and on his head the name of blasphemy. The fourth beast in Daniel is the same as the beast in Revelation. It's also the bottom of the statue in Nebuchadnezzar's dream. Daniel 2:33. His legs of iron, his feet part of iron and part of clay. Daniel 2:40. And the fourth kingdom shall be strong as iron, for as much as iron breaketh in pieces, and subdue all things, and iron that breaketh all these shall it break in pieces and bruise. To get more understanding on the fourth beast, we have to add the book of Esdras from the 1611 King James Version. 2 Esdras 12:11. The eagle whom thou sawest come up out of the sea is the kingdom which was seen in the vision of thy brother Daniel, but it was not expounded unto him. Therefore I declare it unto thee. Behold, the days will come, and there shall rise up a kingdom upon the earth, and it shall be feared above all kingdoms that were before it. So the Most High tells Esdras, but he didn't tell Daniel the type of beast this fourth kingdom was. And now we see clearly it's an eagle. This is why you must read the whole book. The Elohim of heaven holds things back from one prophet but tells it to another. So now to the current events. You see that the countries or the other nationalities will rise up against this Babylon. 2 Esdras 12:3. And I saw, and behold, there appeared no more, and the whole body of the eagle was burnt, so that the earth was in great fear. Then I awake out of my trouble and trance of my mind, and from great fear, and said unto my spirit. Revelation 17:16. And the 10 horns which thou sawest on the beast shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. Revelation 18:10. Alas, that great city Babylon, that mighty city, for 1 hour is her judgment come. This is where we are in the timeline. The 10 horns were allies at one time, shall hate the whore and burn her with fire. Revelation 18:8. Therefore shall her plague shall come in one day, death, mourning, and famine, and she shall utterly be burned with fire. For strong is the Most High Elohim who judged her. Luke 21:34. Take heed to yourself, lest at any time your hearts be overcharged with surfeiting and drunkenness and cares of this life, so that day come on you unaware. For as a snare shall it come on them that dwell on the whole earth. Watch ye therefore, and pray always, that you are accounted worthy to escape all these things that shall come to pass, and to stand before the Son of Man. As we see in the current events, the war is coming, but it's on the back pages of the news. That's why in Luke 21:34 it says, lest your hearts be overcharged with surfeiting and drunkenness and the cares of this life. It is important to pay attention. And as I said in the beginning of this video, encouraging each other the more as you see the day approaching. We have to be prepared. For as a snare is a trap, shall it come on them that dwell on the earth. We are not in darkness, we are in the light. If we understand this, we must be prepared. Watch ye therefore and pray always, that you may be accounted worthy to escape